Hello everyone, it is Liam Catterson here with another episode of Once Upon a Time. We are on episode number 10 of season 5. As one could assume, we're gonna be returning back to the current shenanigans that is happening with the Dark Ones. Last time, of course, we were focused on Merida and her encounters with a couple of returning faces, actually, as it wasn't just Mulan who made a return, but also Ruby, both characters who we've not seen in a very long time. But yeah, it was very, very great to have in a few gaps being filled in regards to how Merida lost her father and a bit of a growth of her character as well. So very tragic stuff, of course, especially with the fact that Arthur, of course, had to be involved in the murder of her father. So yeah, but I am looking forward to picking up where we left off in terms of present day Storybrooke, because as I said in the beginning of episode 9, that ending really hit. So so let's get into this episode of Once Upon a Time. We're on episode number 10 of season 5. Let's go.
It's not gonna work. I'm not out here. I'm in there. I'm your guide, the voice.
Save your speech.
This is quite the irony.
Dark one's in my head, but it doesn't matter. I won't listen to you.
What if I told you that together I could get you the one thing you've wanted for hundreds of years?
Oh no.
Your revenge.
Against Rumpel.
That's right.
I thought the best way to control the darkness was to isolate myself. But when I did that, there was no one around to give me hope or tell me when I was being stupid.
Fine, you're being stupid. So stop
Bit
it.
too late, I'm afraid.
Right now, we have to clean up this mess.
No, we don't. Give us back our memories. Your dream catchers. Regina can access them.
But I don't think it's going to be that easy.
Stop him.
He doesn't want an
Get
easy
your affairs in
kill.
order, dearie, for we duel at noon on my ship.
Oh my god!
Poetic.
But we both know this weapon cannot kill you.
Ah, true. That sword can't kill me. But this one can.
I don't like how unhinged Hook is right now.
You didn't come to anybody. You decided that you would figure it out on your own. We were a team.
Oh, this hurt. Like, you can't blame him for being
You just want your
hurt.
dark magic back so you can do it alone. And I've seen what you do with dark magic.
Oh,
He needs time.
and how you hurt him.
Of all the parts I foresaw for your daughter, I'm afraid that this was the darkest. We should return to Granny's.
Wonderful.
Even without my magic, I still have enough ingredients to make preparations.
I don't care how bad things got. Emma wouldn't hurt us.
Maybe, but this new Dark One, we need as many.
Emma
allies as we
wouldn't
can.
hurt you. Dark One,
Landslide.
on the other hand,
That future. You told me not to be afraid of. We can have it. The house.
just it'll be a bit darker.
I'm not afraid anymore. I want it. With you. It's ours.
So no,
Just
darkness
don't
would be
want
so
it.
seducing, right?
I love it. More than anything.
If I win, I go to the well, where we were married. And if you meet me there,
He'll have his answer.
I'll know how you feel.
But if she doesn't go, he'll have his answer. Just, I think it will hurt a lot more than it has ever done because of the fact that he's no longer the Dark One.
You, after a lifetime of you getting everything, it's finally my turn.
The only reason.
Yeah, but you
have
did
that
it in a
baby
draconic
is
way.
because You killed Marion. And you deceived Robin in the most vile way imaginable.
Yes!
Is that a compliment?
Tell it like it is! What?
This insanity has to stop.
Agreed.
Going to shoot me.
Oh, one time. After everything you've done to me. Fine. I'd say an arrow to the knee would do you right good.
Hey, a Skyrim reference! She used to be a Dark One. But then she took an arrow to the knee.
Broken knee is nothing on a broken heart. You're so afraid of losing the people that you love that you push them away.
Oh.
That's why you'll always be an orphan. You don't need some villain swooping in to destroy your happiness. You do that quite well all on your own.
Oh, right in the throat.
Because
you didn't need to kill her. How much are we betting he was holding back as well?
I'm the one that convinced her that you needed to make that decision yourself. There's never been a moment where I didn't believe in you, where I didn't trust you. But you clearly don't believe in me anymore, so how am I supposed to fight this? Don't.
This hurt and pain, betrayal.
Do you really think you can win on your own?
I know I can.
Maybe.
Here's the thing about confidence, Miss Swan. It's great at starting a fight, not so great at finishing one.
No, no.
Good luck.
It's adrenaline.
Zelina.
You miss me? Told you. Once you go green, you'll never go queen.
Regina. We talked about this.
Oh, couples therapy. I should imagine you two need that.
But you know how I turned it around? Henry. It took having a child, that unconditional love.
And the same could happen to you.
My best self.
You could be me.
I'm a mummy.
Boss on her. Yeah, I don't. Obviously, you don't condone what Zelina's done, but if there's one thing that's been a constant with her from the moment she was born, it's pain and the lack of love.
Henry, a few used to make the dream catchers, and it will take us to the others.
So you will help me?
I just need one more thing.
What's that?
A name.
Operation Cobra Part 2?
That'll do.
Redux, right?
You know this.
doesn't make it fair, Swan.
Killian, wait. Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
I bet you did, and that's my point!
That's not why I called you here. I called you here because
This
I do believe in you.
is not
I do
helping
trust
anything.
You to control your own fate.
I has to say that first.
Yeah, well.
I love you too.
Oh, but you know, it's nice and all, but it's not, because the darkness is icky. Not a good match for Hook and Swan. Captain Swan.
There's no way. If you want to destroy the darkness, then you must.
It was Hook, not Emma.
Heard you're preparing for the worst
That
case
interrupted the
scenario.
message.
Sorry, mate, but it's already here.
Oh no!
We love you. I always have.
But you're not really here.
Aye, mate. But she is. She lives in all dark ones.
She lives in.
So when I crush your heart, so will she.
Oh my god. She lives in you.
We can do this all day.
I know.
It won't make a lick of difference.
You lovesick puppy dog. But that man died the moment you turned him into a dark one.
Oh my god. Oh no. Shit! And here we go with the curse. Everyone forget. Oh my.
That crocodile.
There's nothing I'd like better than to run you through.
But that's
But I
not him
think-
anymore.
I think I'd rather let you live, knowing for the rest of your life that I bested you today.
Hey, that's a coward's way out.
Too many years trying to mend your heart. Now,
Mend her own.
I need to protect mine. No, please.
Do feel so bad for him, but I cannot blame
Take it too badly. I mean, he died for a good cause.
Belle.
Once a curse has been enacted, you can't stop it.
Yes. I might not be able to stop it.
Wait,
But I can make you forget why you cast it.
Wait, is she gonna take on his bird?
The Dark One in the first place.
Clever, dearie.
She carries his burdens so he doesn't have to.
Or worse, you will.
You can goad her all you want, but she's gonna carry this burden, so oh my god. Holy dang!
I thought the portal only appeared when the moon reaches its zenith.
Yes, for a fury. But it's always existed, dearie. You just have to know how to open it.
And now... Oh my god. Even when Rumpel won, he lost.
All of us is promised in the flesh. And now it's time to get to work. To do what Dark Ones do best. Snuff out the night.
All the Dark Ones.
Welcome to Storybrooke, love.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. This has gotten bad. This has gotten real bad. Like, we need to abandon Storybrooke levels of bad. But then they win. Oh. Who fancies a little bit of chaos next episode? Because this guy sees that. That's where we're going. Chaos Land. Oh my god. Just seeing how everything came full circle in the flashbacks to present day and just seeing how I guess Emma really bore that burden. So Hook didn't have to in regards to obviously him. I mean, it makes sense with Hook's past that he would be the darker one, really, compared to Emma. Obviously, with what happened to Merlin and, you know, the curse and everything. Even putting the sword in the stone again, which, you know, makes it a bit of a challenge to snuff out the darkness, but it's gonna be interesting next episode, though. Yeah. I'm worried about where they're gonna take this because, I am, you know, thinking that they might cut the tenure of the Dark One, or of Captain Dark One, should I say, short. And I don't want them to because, I mean, I was already intrigued with the prospect, especially with the history with the Dark One and Hook, with Captain Dark One, or Dark Hook. I don't know which one you want to go for, but they both sound cool. So yeah, but this episode just really, I was not prepared. I was not prepared for how much I would enjoy Captain Dark One. And it was really excellent. I feel like Colin has been waiting for this moment for quite some time. I don't know. This is him just unleashed in terms of that villainy, and it was just really great. Even the mannerisms when he was copying like Rumpel, the mannerisms were just absolutely uncanny, and I just really loved it. So yeah. But yeah, I'm worried that they're going to cut it short. But I'm also worried that, I don't know, could we lose Hook completely? I don't know. Ideally, I would love it if this was it for the rest of the season. But I do feel like we're going to go for what we've done for the past couple of seasons and split it down the middle in terms of arcs. But you know what? I was already wanting Hook to be Captain Dark One, to be the antagonist for the rest of the season. But now I just want it more. You know, I got a taste of it, and now I'm just wanting more. So, yeah. But it was really great to see how full circle this came, really. and how certain things were filled in, especially with how Merlin dying came about, because he wasn't showing up in the present day events, so I did have a feeling, that was all, folks. But we did get an idea about him, contacting about Nimue, and then Hook comes in. I thought, obviously we all thought it was Emma, but yeah. And how the curse got enacted in the first place. Everything was answered in terms of the flashbacks, and Emma standing around, and everyone thinking, wait, what the fudge? As well as Hook forgetting everything. Here's a controversial take all. It's always interesting when I have a bit of a controversial take, but I feel so bad for Emma, for the Dark Swan, really. Obviously Emma has done some, things that have not been a fan favorite. What she's done, you can't say, okay, well, it's the Dark One, we forgive you. But I do feel so bad. With the Dark One, those that darkness pushes you further, really. It's not called you don't call it the Light One or whatever. Like, you can only do good actions. That you do certain actions that are very, very controversial. But with Emma, she was trying her best. She was trying to do her best, really, in regards to saving everyone. That's why. Look at when the season 4 finale happened. That was to save everyone. That was a sacrificial move on Emma's part. She knew what she was going to do, and she embraced it anyways, because of the fact that her duty was to save everyone. And we've seen her tussle with the darkness all season long. Even freeing Merlin, that might have fueled things further, but it was all in an effort to progress things on the hero side of things. With Hook, with everyone, with Robin, it's all been in an act of good faith, really. Even if things I don't like what she did with the person that Henry liked, because obviously, like I said, these things are not really condonable. You're not going to applaud them at the end of the day, but all she was trying to do, she might have done it very, very controversially, but at the end of the day, I feel like I want to say she is the lightest Dark One, if that makes sense. I don't know, there's been a plethora of Dark Ones, as we've seen at the end, so, some people might have had a different way of things, but I feel like with Emma, obviously there is that darkness with Hook, and you could really see who was the more bloodthirsty one, I would say, in these exchanges between Hook and Emma in the flashbacks. And Hook has mentioned about the fact that he has been trying to rid himself from that darkness, whereas Emma, there has been stuff that she's done, especially with Lily, that hasn't been on the good records or whatever, but I wouldn't say that she has, she was the savior, wasn't she? So I feel like that might have given her a bit of an advantage. And like I said, what she did, whereas it was unethical, quite a bunch of the time, she became the Dark One as a sacrificial way. She saved Hook because she could not bear losing someone, and I feel like we would be in Emma's position. And I always say that everyone has a bit of darkness in them. Like, you could be the nicest person there is, really, but there's always that little bit of darkness in you. And sure, what she did with Hook, saving his life, not really condonable. But like I said, I feel like you could understand, like, especially with what she went through. And with the final act on siphoning Hook's memories, making everyone forget, it was all in an act. Because she doesn't want things to escalate with Hook. So she had no real choice in the matter, whilst she was trying to remedy things, to siphon Hook's memories. Because he already made a very, very controversial name for himself. I would argue more so than what Emma did in the Camelot flashbacks, because I mean, she Nimue, she returned to crush Merlin's heart. There is that really, really frightening level of an attitude from Hook that we saw in the flashbacks, and we saw that in the present day events. What would happen if Hook was like, if his memories wasn't siphoned? So Emma tried to do Emma, yeah, she might have done some very, very questionable things, but especially when it came to coming full circle with the Camelot flashback, she tried to make the best of a bad situation, I would say. Because I guarantee things would have been a lot worse if Emma didn't, siphon everyone's memories. Because they would know that Hook is the Dark One, and things would just escalate, and yeah, so. But, yeah, like I said, it might be a controversial take, but I do feel like in terms of Emma, she is the lightest incarnation, if that makes sense, of the Dark One. Because, yeah, she has done some really, really, questionable things as the Dark One. But you know what? Mary Margaret wasn't the Dark One. And this is someone who hates Cora with every fiber of his being. But, like, what did she do to Cora, which, ended her life? And that was without the obviously she was growing that little bit of darkness, but she wasn't the Dark One, wasn't she? So, and like I said, everyone's capable of a bit of darkness. So, obviously it's amplified by being the Dark One. But at least Emma was for me, at least Emma was trying to make things, like, even if she went about it a really, really questionable way, she was trying to remedy things. So, yeah. That's my 2 cents on the matter. I know that there might be a bit of a debate, but I do really like going into these kind of aspects, like, especially when you have a character who might do corrupt things, dark things, etc. But they do it in the name of it's the best way forward. Sadly, like, I don't know, might fly over people's heads, but if you get it, you get it. MGS3, the boss, main antagonist, but she did what she did, without going into like a bit of details, because I'll be on here forever, but she did what she did in the name of honor, really, for her country. And yeah, so, but she was always looked as a villain, really, and it's a very, very interesting story. I always like these kind of stories where you have someone who might be viewed. I don't know if you would view Emma as a villain, but she was definitely the Dark One, and as a Dark One, you are very, very concerning. And I feel like with Emma, whereas she did some very, very unethical shit, like with Violet, like with everything that's happened, even even speeding up the pregnancy, but yeah, like with Hook's life and making him the Dark One, everything was done to ensure that there was no pain, really, in the long run, that things would benefit, the heroes, like, especially with Merlin. She was sacrificing a bit of herself, like she was risking pushing herself closer towards the darkness so that bastard Arthur can be stopped. And I would even argue that Emma was more that Emma is more better than Arthur, who isn't the Dark One. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on the matter. But yeah, I'm opening a can of worms here, which I'm aware that there might be very, very differing opinions, but I guess that's the thing with like opinions. Everyone's it's like I guess noses, assholes, whatever you want to whatever like human element you want to include. Opinions are like insert here, everyone's got one. So but that's just my 2 cents on the matter. But I just say that as what I just make these mentions because obviously Emma in the end did what she had to do to make the best of a bad situation. Because like I said, the alternative I guarantee would be much worse if you allowed Dark Hook free reign. So and obviously, Hook is going to feel very, very pissed off about this, especially with with him being the Dark One. You're not going to be a ray of sunshine as the Dark One, are you? So, yeah, but yeah, it was you even have Henry, who was understandably hurt, because like I said, these characters feeling hurt, yeah, you can understand, but at the end of the day, I can sympathize with Emma as well. And she's at a bit of a disadvantage, but like even Henry kept things hush hush and was willing to help Emma out because this is a step in the right direction. So yeah, but it was really, really great of an episode to see how everything came full circle, to see the standoff between Hook and Emma, really. And not just that though, but the standoff between Rumpel and Hook. And it's sad because for Rumpel, even though he won against Hook, he lost because obviously there was that little bit of blood that Hook needed to bring all of the Dark Ones here, so that should be very, very... That will be fun and games. Yeah, it was... And I do feel so bad for Rumpel with the exchange with Belle, but I do feel like it might be for the best in the long run, because now that Rumpel no longer has that darkness to weigh him down, he's starting on a brand new I guess brand new page, really. He is no longer that coward. It's a complete blank slate for him. With like he is wanting this to work, and there's no darkness, so things might pan out way, way, way better for Isabel. But I think obviously you want things to you want to see how things go before you could actually pursue something. I would probably see this as a bit of a break for both Belle and Rumpel, and not the Ross and Rachel break. We're not opening those can of worms. I've already opened enough can of worms in this 4th section, so I am not yeah, no, but in all seriousness, I think Belle, I do see it. It sucks, but I do see why Belle needs a bit of time to think things through. Because whereas she might like Rumpel and she might want to give him a chance, like I said, just because you might not be the Dark One doesn't mean you're immune to making mistakes or whatever. And she wants to see, and she wants to focus on herself first, and see how things might develop with Rumpel as well, in terms of where he might go. But she wants to focus on herself, and I feel like that's understandable because of the fact that sometimes when it comes to like relationships and all of that, like sometimes you might want to be single just to focus on yourself, just to fix yourself, really. I've been there quite a few times where I would have rather been single because of the fact that and I'm sure a lot of us have, like we would all want to be single for a period of time before we even contemplate the idea of love, because of the fact that we'd rather fix ourselves and we'd rather have that strength to rebuild, because pain has been on our minds, and that's, the same with Belle. So I do understand. It sucks, but I'm sure, them two are going to hit it off again. But I think we've just been so accustomed with the fact that we would have rather have this relationship end. We've been so accustomed to that we would rather have things develop, especially with Rumpel being on a blank slate. We'd rather have things develop rather than rush things in. So, yeah. And we didn't even talk about Zelina as well. Because obviously there is a lot of darkness with her. She has done really, really fucked up things. And I'm glad that Regina called her out for the for what she did. The RAPE. Yeah. The that word that Zelina did. Like, there's no sugarcoating it. She did that. She posed as Marion and took advantage of Robin. And I do like the fact that they said, look, this is not going to be a family, but we're going to give you this chance to bond with your daughter. And again, like, when it comes with Emma and her actions, obviously what she's done was really shitty, and I wouldn't say really shitty, but it was really, really unethical at times, and that. And Zelina has done really, really shitty things, as I've just mentioned. But I also want to reflect on the fact that, and I'm not sympathizing with Zelina whatsoever, and to be fair, I feel like she's just going to show her true colors, which is green. No, she's going to show her true colors eventually, further down the line. And she's going to betray everyone. Like, they're trying to be very, very benevolent with Zelina. Especially with how Regina changed, especially when it came to Henry, and she feels like she wants to give Zelina that chance. And Zelina has only known pain, really. She got abandoned from the moment she was born, and she's had to live with that pain. She hasn't really known what love is. So she's manifested that pain and has been really, really crude. And obviously that's spurned some very, very shitty decisions that she has created, like what she did with Robin, in terms of her having a kid. Like I said, what she did, not condonable, but I can see what Robin and Regina are doing. They're trying to give Zelina a chance to shine, for her to improve her life, really, by trying to mold her into being a better person, by giving her that chance, by giving her that showcase of love. So yeah, that's what I'm saying in terms of the fact that Regina knows that Zelina has had pain channel in her, and she's giving her that chance to see what love is really like, so she can hopefully be on the same path that Regina herself was on, because Henry really helped her, and Robin's child could help Zelina. So because otherwise, if you're going to keep depriving her of her child, it's only going to encourage the darkness further, and Zelina will never see that growth. Whereas this is a risk that they're willing to take, granted. And like I said, I'm sure this is going to definitely bite Regina and Robin up the butt. But Regina improved, and she hopes that Zelina can improve. And you know, if you're not going to give her that chance, she's not going to have that chance to showcase a chance to shine, to grow. So I can see what they're doing. So, like I said, she's definitely going to betray everyone at some point. I'm hoping I'm wrong, but yeah. But no, this was a really, 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 really great episode that really came full circle for a few things. Sucks for Merlin. And I really liked how they did that whole thing about you know, Hook might have Merlin's heart, but because he's technically the Dark One, it's this whole he lives in you thing, or she lives in you, with Nimue being the first. So so technically she has the heart, and that's bad news for Merlin. And yeah, so but yeah, they explain things well in my opinion. Even with the sword being back in the stone, because I was wondering, okay, how did it end up there? And yeah, we got affirmation there. So yeah, pretty neat stuff in my opinion. So I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You guys take care. See you guys next time. Toodles!